Hello, my friends, and welcome to the second version of the webinar about how to get people to actually show up to your virtual magic shows and how to build fans for life. The reason I say the second version is I did one great, awesome webinar and I recorded it, and about half the volume got cut out. And I knew I wanted to do this again to put out, and I don't know if this is going to go out to YouTube or anywhere, but I know people really need this right now, even people who haven't signed up. So for those of you that did sign up, thank you. And I'm going to try to do the webinar that was an hour in hopefully 30 minutes and explain to you how to get people to show up to virtual magic shows. And if you're rewatching it and you watch the other webinar, sorry about the broken recording, and I put even more in this. This is going to be even more action-packed. So today we're going to talk about how to get people to show up to your virtual magic show. And first I want to talk about why I know anything about this subject. And that is because the way that I get people to show up to my virtual magic show is the exact same way that I get people to show up to our free magic shows in Toronto through the Toronto Magic Company. Here, there's the mug and some posters behind us from events. The same way I get people to show up to our free events, it's the same way that I get people to buy tickets for events. This method that I'm going to describe accounts for 25-30% of the tickets that we sell. It's the same way that I get people to actually listen to podcast episodes. And for many of you, and again, I don't know where this video is going to go in the future, but if you signed up for this webinar, then the same way that you signed up for this webinar is the exact same strategy to get people to show up to your virtual magic show. So I know I'm being a little bit cryptic, but that's because I'm going to unpack it and decode it, and in about 7 minutes that'll make sense, and then I'm going to walk through step by step what you can do and different ways to do it. So first I want to talk about the like nitty-gritty secret of it all. This is the secret, and I've mentioned it already, but I just want to be really clear about what the secret is. The secret is email. Okay, we need to live inside of the inboxes of the people that we say are our fans. The problem with a like on Facebook or a like on Insta or a follow on Instagram or a follow on YouTube is, in the end of the day, they do a lot for marketing. It's not meaningless. It's very meaningful for marketing. But an email is somebody who is saying, I want to know about what you do. I support what you do. I want to be informed about the things that you're up to in the future. A follow could mean anything. And we know, as people who are on social media, that maybe you have 1,000 friends that you follow, but you only really notice in your feed what's going on from 30 or 50 or 70 of them. And that's because Facebook only puts it out to a certain percentage of those people. And we're going to talk about why Facebook does that, and why Facebook does that has to do with why you need people's email addresses. So I'm going to tell you a story, and this is a true story. All of my stories are true, but this is a true story, and it's a few years ago. Bear with me getting the dates wrong because I don't care. But a few years ago, this happened on Facebook, and everybody went crazy. So Facebook launched their Facebook pages. This was maybe 8 years ago or something like that, 10 years ago. They launched their Facebook pages. Everybody and their sister and their brother got a Facebook page. There was Facebook pages for everything from meme accounts to magicians. If you've been a magician for the last 10 years, maybe you yourself got a Facebook page about 10 years ago. Just because if you had a Facebook page and you shared something, it would explode. Everyone who liked your page would see it, and they would share it, and it would just totally explode. So everyone was getting Facebook pages. And then the day came that Facebook took the dial and they turned it down. Mr. Zuckerberg, Mark Zuckerberg, turned the dial down, and he said, you know what? Instead of it reaching all of the people who followed you, it's going to reach 3% of the people that follow you. But don't worry, you can pay for ads to reach the rest of them. To make sure that you reach them, you can pay us, and we'll help you reach those people. And people went ballistic. They went bonkers. How can Facebook do this? This is crazy. These people liked me. They followed me. And then Facebook pulled the rug out from under me. This is crazy. How could they do this? And of course they can do it. It's their freaking platform. It's free. You signed up for it. You agreed to the terms and conditions. And for that reason, a Facebook friend or a Facebook follow shouldn't make you say, this is somebody who is going to my show. That we're going to reserve for an email. Okay, I'm going to tell you another story, and this is about YouTube, if you think YouTube is safe. This happened under a year ago on YouTube. Sorry, need some more. So on YouTube, people started asking questions. They said, I'm subscribed to all of these different people on YouTube, except their videos are not coming up in my feed. And then YouTube said, oh, sorry. We made a new thing called notification. So now you subscribed, and your subscription just means that it's like stuff that you've subscribed to. It's on the list of things you've subscribed to. But the videos that actually pop up, you have to say that you want to get a notification for those videos. And all the YouTubers threw their arms in the air and went, what the heck? That's crazy. How can you do that? I built this on subscribers, and now my subscribers who said they wanted to get notified aren't getting notified, but they clicked the button that said they wanted to, and I made 1 million of those. And now only 100,000 are actually being notified. What gives? And it's free. It's a free platform that you're uploading. You agreed to the terms and conditions. You click the terms and service. It's free. So the bottom line is that no social media platform, and I love social media, and social media does a lot of amazing things, but no social media platform should make you say, this person is a fan of mine. When I have events, this person will know about them for sure. Because they liked me or because they followed me. That's not how it works. The only thing that works like that is text messages, which we'll ignore text messaging for now, and email. Email, when you send an email, it's you, and it goes to every single person. And no matter what dials Mark Zuckerberg or Google, whatever, or whoever turns or dials, it has no impact on you getting into different people's inboxes. Now, I'm going to share with you a tool that I've been using for like 8 years to help me with my email. And it's an affiliate link. So if you click it, you'll help support the podcast. But you can do this with Gmail. You can do this with an Excel spreadsheet if you want. This is just going to make a few steps easier. But the secret is email. What else did I want to tell you? Oh, the last 2 reasons for me to get across why email is so important before we move on to the actual nitty-gritty and the process is, number one, there's a saying in marketing, which is the money is in the list. And what that saying means is the money is in the email list. The email list is where the people who like what you do live. That's where they live. And if you have an email list full of people who love what you do, when you go to sell a product, if you post it on Facebook, maybe it'll hit 2% of the people who liked it. Those might not be the people who love the tricks that you do. That might be your aunt in Nebraska who likes every post that you put on Facebook. But you're like, dang it, I don't want this to go to my aunt. I want this to go to these people. But your email is full of the people who want to know the stuff that you do. And they say the money is in the list because if you have a new product, you say, hey, email people, this is the product I have. And they're really excited about it and they buy it. I'm sorry, I'm holding back a sneeze. It'll come. Okay, and the second thing that I wanted to talk about, oh man. Yeah, the second thing I wanted to talk about, the last thing I wanted to mention about email and why it's so important is because right now, and I know that Facebook and Messenger and all these people are making ways for you to send payments, but right now, if I make a transaction online, it takes place in my email. I get a receipt in my email. I maybe confirmed it in my email. Maybe bought it from my email. Transactions on the internet take place in my inbox. That's where they live. So to me, that's a really, really, really awesome place to live on the internet. So I want to share with you a document, and I'm going to copy this link, and I'm not sure how I can share it, but I guess it'll be in the description of this video. And this document is the step-by-step instructions for how to do everything. So we're all gonna start with step 1, and I'm gonna open up the document so that you guys can follow along with me. So step 1 is pick the event date and the platform. So this is critical, and the reason is because in a few moments, we're gonna be pre-scheduling emails to go out to people who signed up to know about your show. And to do that, we need to know when the show is. So take a moment, go to your calendar and decide when when your show is and put it in. Mine, for the sake of this conversation, is going to be July 14th. And the reason is because I actually have a virtual magic show happening July 14th. It's the newest trick in the MacBook with the Toronto Magic Company. Bam. So if you want to come see what we're up to, July 14th, go to the Toronto Magic Company page, or I'll tell you what to do. There's going to be an email list to sign up for. It'll all make sense in a sec. Okay, so first thing is select the date. For me, it is July 14th. You lock in your date. And the second thing is select the platform. We can get into great detail about which platform is better for what. If you want to go on a private Zoom meeting, if you want to do Facebook Live, you want to go Instagram Live, they're all different for different reasons. Whichever platform you want, this will work. You just have to decide which one so you know if you can pre-generate links for it. So on Facebook, if you plan to go live, you can make a link for that post that's going to be live. On Zoom, if it's a private Zoom meeting, then you can make a link to that Zoom meeting. On Instagram, you just link to your account and you say the time that you're going live. So it's just important for you to pick the platform and where you're doing it. And maybe there's other options. Maybe you want to do it on Twitch or whatever. That's all okay. Okay, step number 2, and we're going to talk about this for a little bit, is to get 10 yeses and emails. And let's talk about what this step is all about. Before we go and figure out a clever way to make our emails dance around and send cool emails and get people to show up to our shows, the first thing we have to do is make sure that our show makes sense and that any person wants to come out to it. Now, the good news is, if you're doing a virtual magic show and you're doing a free virtual magic show, and we could talk about paid in a bit, but if you're doing a free virtual magic show, then it's really easy to get people to come out. Because you say, hey, I'm doing a virtual magic show. I'm doing tricks that happen through the screen. It's free. Do you want to be a part of it? And it's so hard to say no to that because it's a free experience. It's free miracles. So I have found if you reach out, if you send 10 messages, then you'll probably get something between 8 and 10 yeses. And this is a non-negotiable step of the process. You need to reach out to at least 10 people, but you need to get 10 people that say, yes, I am in. Now, the good news is I've made your life ridiculously easy. I've pre-written it for you. And it works. Because it's what I do, and I'm working with about 16 students right now, helping them get their virtual magic shows just working and getting their virtual magic business working. And this script basically works phenomenally well. So you literally go on, I know I'm saying literally a lot, but because I'm so excited, I'm so passionate. Okay, so you go on Facebook, you type in the letter, any letter that you want of the alphabet. Let's say it's J. You type in J. And then you go on Facebook and you look through the people with the letter J, and you pick somebody who you think would love to be a part of your virtual magic show. And you're going to send them this. You're going to say, hey, I'm putting on a virtual magic show on, and you put whatever date you want. Mine would be on July 14th. It's totally free, and I'm inviting some people who might be interested. Want to be a part of it? And then in brackets, I'm going to do a magic trick that happens through the screen. That's to make them be like, what? A trick? That's impossible. How could that be? So as soon as they say, sure, I'm in, or that sounds great, or you don't even have to say on Friday. You can say, I'm putting on a virtual magic show. You can just cut that. But whatever you want. Right here, I'll add again on Friday just so it's there. They're going to say, I'm in, and then you're going to send this. What is your best email? And I'll add you to the list of people who get notified when I'm doing a show. Don't worry, you can unsubscribe at any time. And boom! And you're literally saying to them, give me your email and I will keep you posted when I'm putting on virtual shows. This is somebody who is saying, yes, I want to be notified about when you're going live so I can see that cool virtual trick that you're talking about that happens through the screen. So yes, I would love to know, here's my email. So they're going to give you their email address and you are going to do this 10 times, at least. 10 times at least. And then you're going to make, and you can reach out to people anywhere. You can do this on Facebook, you can do this on Instagram, you can email some friends, you can call some family, anybody. But you need to get 10 people who are interested in the show enough to give you their email and their name. And you're going to make a list like this. And I made a dummy list here with magicians, but it looks like this. First name and email. I call this people who want to see my virtual magic show. And I did this in Google Sheets. You can do this in Excel. You can do this in whatever the Mac equivalent is. I have no idea. And you put the name of the person. And actually, this is a mistake. It should be just the first name. And that's a mistake. So die, Ed, and I'm going to fix it right now. But what you want is just their first name, and this will all make sense in a second. And yeah, I just used magicians, but it is really, really, really important for the sake of your emails that these are real people with real email addresses, because otherwise the emails are going to bounce, and there's the sneeze from earlier. The emails are going to bounce, and it's not going to be very good. So I'm changing it to just first names, but now you've got the first names of people and their email addresses. And when you're at 10, you are good. I only have 9 here, so I would need one more because row number 1 is this. So I would go ask another friend for one more, and I would get this from them. Phenomenal. That is step 2. We've done it. We've gotten 10 yeses. We've sent it anywhere. We've put it on a Google Sheet. Step 3 is to sign up for ConvertKit's free plan. And now let me talk about ConvertKit for a second. So I've been using ConvertKit for 6 years. I use it in 2 of my businesses. I use it in Discourse and Magic, and I use it in the Toronto Magic Company. If you have ever received an email from me from Discourse and Magic, it has gone through ConvertKit. And ConvertKit does some epic things. It allows me to schedule emails. It allows me to schedule sequences of emails that go out depending on where people sign up. It allows me to really easily make landing pages, a lot of cool stuff. And this is an affiliate link, so if you click it, you will help support the podcast. But ConvertKit has a free plan, so you'll click this, you'll open up the free plan, and it's likely that to promote the heck out of your virtual magic shows and sell them, that you do not have to upgrade from the free plan. So if eventually the day comes that you upgrade, and you clicked on this link, it will support me. But if not, literally most of the people who are watching this will not have any reason to upgrade, and we'll talk about why in a second. So I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna click on this link, except I am going to copy and paste it to, actually before I do that, I wanna show you my actual, is this mine? No, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. So this is, no, let me go back in time. So I'm gonna click it, but I'm going to copy and paste it and put it in a private browser. And the reason I'm doing that is because I have I have 2 other ConvertKit accounts, and I just don't want them to get confused. So bam, you would go like this, amazing. And I want to show you how easy this is and why I like ConvertKit, because it really helps people just like us kind of get started. So I'm going to go over here and hit here or up here, sign up for free. And now it's going to ask me some awesome questions, and you should answer these honestly. Do you currently use any email marketing tool in your business? So another example of an email marketing tool would be MailChimp or Aweber or something like that. So do you currently use an email marketing tool? Many of you, if you're here, the answer might be no. Let's start with no. Nice. ConvertKit is great for beginners. Do you have a website? Many of you do. Many of you do not. There's a lot of cool pages so that if you have there's a lot of cool ways that if you have a website, you could say jonahbabbins.com/virtual show. And when they click on that, it'll be a really cool ConvertKit landing page. So do you have a website? Let's just say no, just because even if you don't have a website, you can do this. No. And last thing, log in. So I'm not going to log in because when I did the webinar a day ago, I made a free account. So this is what it would look like as soon as I logged in. It would say, hello, welcome, organize your subscribers with tags and segments. So we are here inside of ConvertKit, and now it's like, what do I do? Go back to the list. I told you what to do. Okay, so make a landing page. Remember to customize the incentive emails. I'll explain to you what that means in a minute. Let's go into landing pages. And I think I actually made this, but I'm going to delete it because I want to start fresh so that you can see what it looks like to start completely fresh. So we're going to make a landing page, create new. Bam. Okay, cool. And now I want a landing page. So a form would be something that you can put on your website that's just a little line that says, put in your email here, and you can subscribe. But we're going to go with a whole landing page. And I'm going to pick one that I really like that's really easy. But these are all different designs for pages that people can go to put their email in. So just visualize for a second any of these pages with whatever image you want and whatever text you want and whatever colors you want that says, hey, sign up here, put your name and email in, and you will be notified about the virtual magic show. So I'm going to pull one up that I like, which is this. And many of you, here's a real fun full circle. Many of you who signed up for this webinar signed up on my version of this page. I wonder if I can find it here. discourseofmagic.com slash what was it? Virtual, no. I don't, here, actually let me find it here. This is a good moment because I'm going to plug the Discourse in Magic Facebook group for me to go find it because I posted the link there. And if you're watching this, then you'll be able to see Discourse in Magic group. So here, bam, how to promote your virtual show. I'm going to click on it so that you can see, oh, I clicked on 2, but so that you can see, look at this. This, my landing page that many of you signed up for this event for, looks exactly like this. Okay, and now we're going to design it so that it makes sense. So first thing we're going to do is put in an image. This is a really great place to put in an image of you crushing it doing a virtual magic show. Take a screenshot during a virtual magic show, ask for their permission, and you've got it. Do a one-on-one show and record it and screenshot a moment with someone freaking out, or make a cool image in Photoshop or Canva that looks like a really good show. I'm going to replace this. You can drag and drop an image over here. This was the one I used last time, so I'm just going to use it. Bam! I think it literally looks just like this. It's exactly the same because it's the same image. Okay. Now, what is this going to say? So let's write something fun. So, virtual magic show. This is going to say, I can do a magic trick that happens to you in your hands through the screen. I'm not joking. On July, and I'm writing this out for you for 2 reasons. Number one, so you can see what like copywriting is. So, you know, what kind of words are words that'll actually make people do it. But 2, so you can see how easy this is to just get it going. Because this is going to take me only a few minutes. Okay, on July 14th, show to showcase the magic that I've been creating since quarantine began, period. I have tricks that happen through the screen, in your hands, in my hands, and even one trick that made a woman spit water all over her keyboard. Brackets, there is no keyboard insurance for my show. Now let's get to the point. Click below to sign up to get notified about my next virtual magic show so you can have your mind blown to your mind blown through your screen too. Okay, so there we go. I made it very, very, very simple. There it is. And now, instead of send me your mama musings, which makes no sense, I'm going to write something different. I'm going to write, sign me up to, I'm trying to think of something fun. So blow my mind. No, so I want to say, sign me up for mind-blowing magic. There you go. Something like that. Doesn't matter. Okay, now we're going to move on. And by the way, you can customize all the colors of everything over here. If you didn't want it to be black, if you wanted this to be, the button to be orange, maybe the orange that is your brand or whatever, bam, you can do it. And all of a sudden, it makes all the buttons the right orange that you want. Okay, now I'm going to go to step 2, is letting me edit it. Okay, just one more step. So I'm going to edit this to say something funny. Almost there. Oh, no, let's go. Ta-da, just because I love magic words. No one ever gets to use ta-da. We should be able to. Okay, ta-da, almost there. And again, I don't want anything about mama. And by the way, the reason why I'm editing this copy so much and writing silly jokes is anything that you can do to help them know that you're a real human person, you who really wrote this, and you're not a weird robot on the internet trying to steal their stuff, is great, and you should do it. So that's why I'm trying to make this really personalized and silly so that they know that I wrote it and that it was me. Obviously, you make yours in your style, but whatever you can to get people to sign up. So, all right, almost there. Just pop in your email. So I'm going to say we already said almost there. So this says one last thing. Just pop in your email below and I'll keep you notified about my next virtual show on July 14th at 8 p.m. EST, because that's when my virtual show is. Toronto Magic Company, newest trick in the MacBook. You guys should come. Bam. The next show, it's so bold. Let me unbold it. The next virtual show on July 17th, and to get notified about all of my virtual magic, notified about my other virtual magic project. And there, now you can just take their email address, and you guys will understand in a second why, or in a few minutes why, I like to also add their name. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to add this to first name. And don't be discouraged that I'm using this so quickly. I know where all of these things are. I've been using this software for like 8 years, and I really am a big fan of it. So again, if you choose to use this software, click this affiliate link. If you end up eventually using the paid version of it, you'll end up supporting the podcast, and I'll be very grateful. And if you don't use ConvertKit, like if right now you use MailChimp, if you like it, keep doing it. It can probably do, all of this. I just don't like MailChimp. I think it's confusing and kind of hard to use. But there's other really great ones. There's like ActiveCampaign. There's SendFox, who I know the guy who runs the company, and he's also a great guy. But I love ConvertKit. I've been using it. I use it for both of my companies, and I'm happy to recommend it. So, okay, we are here. Oh, no, this is the one I did. This is this one. Okay, almost there. Sign up, first name, email address. I want to change this image. This, I could use a different image if I wanted, but I'm just going to use this one for simplicity. Submit and sign me up. I'm going to say, show me the magic. And then this, we respect your privacy. I always like to change this to something fun and silly. So I like to say, no spam. Just abra, cadabra, and alakazam. Bam. You can write whatever you want. I like to write that. I think it's fun. Show me the magic. Again, I'm just being kind of silly. Here, I'll go back to the other page. Go to this orange. Go to the color. Copy it. Go to the second page. And make sure that this button is the same orange. Bam! And now we're in theme. I'm gonna hit save and publish, but we got other stuff to do, but now it's just saved. Okay, so I wanna go back here because now I have a landing page. I have a first name, I have an email address. The whole page kind of looks good. Am I done? No! Jonah put brackets because he's lovely. Remember to customize the incentive email. So I'm going to explain what that means, and I'm going to show you how to customize it and how to make it super easy. So first, what is the incentive email? So when people sign up, and you've probably had this experience when you've signed up for something, when people sign up for this, then immediately there's an email that goes to their inbox. And the email that goes to their inbox, they need to click on to say, yes, this is me, this is my email address, I confirm that this is me. If you've ever signed up for a new service, they do this every single time. You get an email from them, and you have to click a link and verify that it's you. So it's doing the exact same thing here, except it gives you an opportunity to customize what actually goes out in that email. So here you get to play with what everything looks like, the fonts, all this great stuff, the colors. You can make the background an image. You can do all this amazing stuff. Obviously, you can pick different landing pages. Here, we'll talk about domains in a moment. I want to get to the incentive email. So when they sign up, you're going to automatically send them an email that says, hey, thanks for signing up. Click this button to confirm that you are you and that you're signed up for my list. So what they have written is this. They have written, thanks for signing up. Click the link below to confirm your subscription and you'll be on your way. And you click confirm your subscription. So again, any opportunity I can use to prove that I'm not a weird internet robot and that I'm a real person, I will. So I'm going to say, confirm your seat. Thanks for signing up. Oh, here. Ta-da! Because I love using that. Thanks for signing up. We're almost... Oh, actually, good news. I wrote you an incentive email here, so you don't have to do it. I'm going to copy and paste it because it's good. Bam. Thanks for signing up to get notified about my virtual magic shows. Just to make sure that you are you and not an evil robot pretending to be you, I need you to click the big button below and to confirm this is your email. Thanks for signing up. Pumped to have you aboard. Hope you're not secretly a robot. And this is going to say, hope you're secretly not a robot. Click below to confirm your seat at next virtual magic show, July 14th. This is going to say, confirm my seat, and this is going to say, it's great, it's good to have you. Bam! Super easy, done. I just wanted to customize it. And this, by the way, I can, if I want to make this the same orange, oh, sorry, I copied and pasted something else. But if I want to make it the same orange, I can. I just have to go get that orange color. Right now, I'm just going to guess because this is close enough. But you can change every aspect of it, the text, the thing. You can make big space around the button. You can make it really wide, and you can do all this different stuff. I just like to leave it because it looks great. You can center it. You can do it whatever you want. I just like to leave it because it looks great. We're done. Save. Bam. Now let's move on to the next step. So we've just made a landing page. So now, sorry, I want to do one more thing here. I want to show you how to share this landing page. So if you hit share over here, it's going to generate a URL for you. And it might ask you a couple questions, and you might have to go over here into your settings to make it so that the URL says something like, make it so that the URL says something like this, Jonah B. Right? So you might have to go into settings and do that, but it's one button. I just don't remember. It was from the old webinar. But here, I'm going to copy it. Okay, and now this is what it looks like for people. I'm going to pull it up over here. Look how beautiful this is. Bam. Sign me up for mind-blowing magic. Bam. Okay? They put in their email, and they automatically get that incentive email that you sent them. Okay? So beautiful. I love it. It's great. Very, very easy. Now, let's move on to the next step. Make a tag and add your 10 names and emails. So let's talk for a second. I'm going to come back to this view for a second, and just to take a little pause. This email marketing is really, really powerful. We're going to be able to do really cool things because someone's going to be able to sign up. Maybe we can have automatic emails that go to them every 3 days, every 5 days, every 8 days, promoting different things or telling them about different things. And in general, you want to be cautious about what emails you're sending. If you send email after email saying buy this, do this, buy this, then they're going to click unsubscribe. And legally, you have to have a button at the bottom that says unsubscribe. And also legally, you have to put either your address or an address. So ConvertKit, when you try to send your first email, it's going to give you the option to either put in, and I wouldn't put in your home address, but to either put in an address of a business you know, or a PO box or something like that, or you can use ConvertKit's address just so that there's an address at the bottom of the email, because legally, and it's different in different places around the world, but I know in Canada and in the US, you have to do that. So that's one thing. ConvertKit is an example of an email marketing platform, but it's also an example of a CRM, a customer relationship manager. And what that means is this is a place for you to keep relationships with all of the people who follow you. This is a database. And what I'm about to introduce to you is a concept in ConvertKit called tags. And this looks different in ConvertKit as it does in MailChimp, as it does in Aweber, as it does in SendFox, but more or less it's the same thing. And if you use a different email marketing service already, continue using it if it's not giving you any trouble. But if you're new to email marketing or you want to switch for any reason, then join and click the link that I have to help support the podcast a little bit. But when you're using ConvertKit, I use something called a tag. And what a tag is this. When somebody joins the list, today they might be signing up because of a form, because of a landing page that says, come see my virtual magic show. But in 3 months, they might be signing up on a different landing page that says, sign up for my newsletter to get notified about the stuff I'm up to. And maybe in a year, they might sign up in a different place. Someone else might sign up in a different place because, hey, I'm releasing a book this month. Sign up here to get notified when it goes live. Maybe someone else will sign up somewhere else because, anyways, you get the point. So there's a few different ways to add tags in ConvertKit. One is to add tags when people join the list. So like I just mentioned, if someone joins the landing page, when they go on my ConvertKit list, it's going to add a label to them as someone who likes virtual magic shows. And I'll walk you through that in a second. But another way to tag people, which is really cool, is in an email. So if you send an email out that says, click here if you like virtual magic shows, click here if you hate them and you never want to be a part of them. Let's say you already had a list and you sent out that message. People would click either one or the other. And if you set it up, it'll tag them as I love virtual magic shows or I hate virtual magic shows. And you'll know never to bother the people that say they hate it about virtual magic shows again. Or you could say, click this link if you want to know about my upcoming book. And now you can see how many out of the 1,000 people clicked the link and want to know about the book, and you added a tag so that when the book is at the next phase, you can only send information about it to the people who were interested enough to click the link. If you join the Discourse and Magic email list right now, so if you go to discourseandmagic.com and sign up for the email list, you get an email one day, then a few days later you get another email, then a few days later you get another email, and one of the emails says, click here if you care more about theory, and click here if you care more about business. And people click it, and it informs me what people are more interested in at the time, and what people are more interested in on the list, and how I can help people. So there's just some examples of tags. Let us go back to this to find the next steps. So step number 5 is make a tag and add your 10 names and emails. So let me explain what that whole thing means. So we have made this page. I'm going to save and publish it. Now I'm going to go to subscribers. So right now we don't have any subscribers, but good news, we actually do. We have a list of people who said that they cared about our stuff. It's these people. So what we're going to do is we're going to export this. So I'm going to go File, Download, and I'm going to download it as a CSV, comma separated value, like this, bam. Okay, and it downloaded over here. And now I'm going to go to subscribers, and a lot of people were asking in the webinar, can people sign up in a way that isn't that landing page? Can you add people's stuff manually? And you can. So like this, add subscriber. And now you have some different options for how you can add a subscriber. You can type in a single person's name and email. You can import a CSV, which is what we just did. And a CSV, if you don't know, is like an Excel spreadsheet but turned into commas so that it can be read by different programs. So CSV just means Excel spreadsheet but exported in a way that can be read by lots of different programs. And then import from another provider. So if you have like MailChimp or something and you want to switch over, you would do that. But I'm going to show you this. So import a CSV, drag. Now let's say that I didn't make a tag yet. So I would have to make a tag So I did. So I made a tag. Forget this one. We'll talk about this in a sec. But I made a tag called Virtual Magic Lover. So this will probably ask you to make a tag. And you do that over here in the tag section. You can make a tag. But right now, I make a tag called Virtual Magic Lover. So I'm saying anybody who's on this list, you can label them as somebody who is a virtual magic lover because, hey, these are people who I reached out to and said, do you want to get notified of my virtual magic show? By email, they said yes. They gave me their email. I put them over here. So now we're going to drag and drop the CSV file. Bam. People who want to see my virtual magic show. And it is going to automatically start reading it. The header, which is the headings here, of first name and email. So it's saying, what was the first name about? So I'm saying, oh, that was about the first name, and that's correct. And the email, that was about the email address. So you can see here, it's saying, what did the column that said things like Di and Ed and Tommy stand for? And I'm saying, oh, and with the header of first name, I'm saying, oh, that was a first name column, obviously. And it's saying, what about the column that the header said email and it had these things in it? And I said, that's the email address. And I say import subscribers. And now immediately what's going to happen is those subscribers are now going to add to the list. It's going to take a few seconds to process. I'm going to refresh it. Bam! And you can see those are the people that have just been added to the list. And at the end of the webinar, I'm going to open up my Discourse in Magic Convert Kit so you guys can see what it looks like having people sign up every day from different places. But bam, so these are the people on the list. And now you have a landing page. And if you copy and paste the landing page, so one thing I forgot to do over here, let me go back, is just rename it to virtual. And they'll never see this part, but it's easier for your records if it's renamed like that. And now people can sign up on this page through this URL, the one that we copied. So you can put this, you can promote the heck out of this URL. If you write a Facebook post, you say, hey, you want to get notified about my virtual magic shows? I'm doing a cool one on the 4th. Click here to get notified, and you put the URL. You can add this URL to every single email, to your email signature. So every email you go out, it says, wanna see a virtual magic show? Click here, and the link is this. You can add this to the Instagram link in your bio and send people there to go sign up for the show. You can make this the link in your Twitter. This is the link for you to promote the heck out of that people are going to go to this page and sign up for your show. Okay? So that is part one. That's how to get people on the list. Now, people are on the list. How do we get people to actually show up to the show? So we've imported people, we've added tags. Now it says schedule your final 3 emails. So now people are going to be joining to the list every single day, maybe every hour, every minute, depending on how hard you're promoting it, saying that they want to get notified. So what I do is I like to schedule 3 emails to go out. One email that's going to go out 24 hours before the virtual magic show that I have scheduled. One that's going to go out like 5 hours before the virtual magic show that I have scheduled, and one that's going to go out right when I have the show scheduled. And you can see here, I've pre-written the emails, but let me show you how to do it inside of ConvertKit. So you're going to go to Broadcasts, and you're going to create, oh, I forgot to do Save and Publish. Let me do that. That's important. So you're going to go to Broadcasts. You're going to create a new broadcast. And in this, you can actually get super specific about who you want to send it to. So like I said, in the future, if you've got some people that signed up for virtual magic shows, some people that signed up for another purpose, you can decide, hey, I want to send it to only people who did this or did this. Right now, we're going to go with all subscribers because everybody that signed up is signed up for a virtual magic show. We're going to go to all subscribers, and then we are going to go next step. And this is an email that's saying to them, hey everyone, I just wanted to remind you that in 24 hours, I am doing that virtual magic show that I told you that I would do. So over here, I'm going to go to this to copy and paste this. This says magic show in 24 hours is the subject. And I'm going to copy and paste this because I'll remember the subject. I wrote image, and that'll make sense. So bam, this is going to say magic show in 24 hours. Okay? So let me undo this first part so you can see. So remember earlier when I said that I wanted to get their first name in the landing page? The reason I wanted to do that is because now when I send out emails, I can actually send out hyper personalized emails because I know what their names are. So I can go like this and write that, and that's going to show up as their name. So if I write hey this, if your name was Di Vernon, then this would say hey Di, or this would say hey Ed for Ed Marlowe or whatever, because that's what I inputted in the first name category, and that's what people are going to input in their first name category when they sign up for the list here. When they put in their first name, that's the name that's going to go in, and that's exactly the name that you're going to use. So hi, and just to make a point, don't use this. I wrote first name, but use their actual code by clicking the way that I did. Hi, first name. This is a super quick reminder that in exactly 24 hours, I'm streaming my virtual magic show. There's going to be magic that happens in my hands, tricks that happens in your hands, and even a trick that's going to happen through the screen. I'll be setting a link 15 minutes before so that you can log in and enjoy the show. Excited to see you there, and if you have any questions, reply to this, and I'll answer them. Jonah. P.S. I'll make this bold. Here's what the last person looked like who came to my virtual magic show. And if you have an image of someone's face freaking out, is a good place to put it. If you don't, this is a good place to put whatever, an image of, maybe the same image. Here, I'm going to go find one on my computer, but maybe the same image that you put on the landing page. And I'm going to go find one that is, here, this one's the same. I'm going to go like this, bam. Here, let me switch to this view. There you go. So you can see there, I've added the image. I can hit this to preview to see what it looks like. And this is what it looks like. Hey, first name goes here, and that'll be their actual name. This is a super quick reminder, and I'm not going to read it again. There it is. That's the whole email. They can see it. If I want to put in a smaller photo, I can shrink the photo. I can actually shrink it in here by stretching it inside of here if I want the photo to be bigger or smaller, or I can shrink it on my own on my computer, which usually makes for better quality. So there you go. That is ready. Now I'm going to say next step, and it's all ready. It looks good. And when do I schedule it? So this is why we picked when our virtual magic show is. So like I said, my virtual magic show is July 14th because my actual virtual magic show is happening July 14th, newest trick in the MacBook. Go to Toronto Magic Company on Facebook to check it out or sign up to get notified. But here I'm going to hit schedule, and now I'm going to pick the date. So I'm going to pick, this is to go 24 hours out. So I'm going to pick the 13th at 8, no, not 8 a.m. Sorry. See, I'm paying attention. The 13th at, oh no, not 8 a.m. I'm going to go at 8 p.m. There you go. July 13th at 8 p.m. Schedule broadcast. And now I hit schedule broadcast, and this is going to go out. Now I don't have to do anything. This is going to go out on that time. It's going to automatically send the email. It's going to automatically put their first name, and it's going to send that in. And I am basically going to do that, and I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm basically going to do that for all 3 of these emails. And what that means is that whenever anyone signs up for the list, no matter if they sign up a week before your virtual magic show or 2 days before your virtual magic show, if they sign up anytime before 24 hours, they're going to get this email. And then they're going to get the 5-hour email because you schedule it just like we did. And they're going to get the starting now email. And in the starting now email, you have to put the link to what it is. Maybe that's the Facebook link or the Zoom link or the Instagram link. So you have to put the link what it is. But they're going to get 3 reminders that it's happening. A day before, 5 hours before, and it's happening right now. And that is going to get people to show up. And once you schedule these emails, someone can join your list and sign up. And even if they sign up 30 minutes before the show, they're still going to get the last email that says starting now, click this link. Because it was scheduled to go out to all of your subscribers or scheduled to go out to people of the specific tag. And the people who got that tag were ones who went in through that landing page. So I hope that makes sense. That is it. Like I said, the document is posted below, so you can go use it if you choose to use ConvertKit, if you like this. I ask, please, if you want, to click the link because it'll help support the podcast if eventually in the future you use the paid version of ConvertKit. But there it is. That is how I get people to show up. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to log out of this dummy account. I guess it's not a dummy account, but I'm probably not going to use it. And I have to make sure that that email doesn't go out to Divernon and whoever. But I am going to log in with mine so that you guys can see this is the Discourse in Magic subscribers. This is every day people subscribing to the list. This is it. I'm going to go to forms, and I'm not scrolling down below just to protect so you don't see people's emails. But I'm going to go to forms over here, and now on these you can see which forms people signed up. So if you're watching this webinar, it means you signed up on a form that was promote your virtual magic show. Some people signed up for the theory resource guide. Some people signed up for the website checklist that I made. These are different places, different forms that people signed up on. And this is just an example. And the other thing I wanted to show you is in broadcasts. So I have it in broadcasts. So maybe you got this email, the good news and the bad news. And look, I can see the open rate. I can see how many people opened the email. And I can see if there's a button to put it in, I can see how many people clicked. So the webinar that I ran, I know that I sent it out to 87 people who subscribed to know about it at the time. 70% opened the email, 50% clicked the link, and 1% unsubscribed. Later, bye. I don't care. Later. And I actually don't care about unsubscribing, and maybe this is the last little bit of knowledge that I'll share is as long as you're writing good emails and you are writing emails that people want to read and they're excited for, if people unsubscribe, it means they're not someone who wants your stuff anyways. It's not someone who's going to buy your stuff anyways. It's not someone who's going to support what you do anyways. So there you go. This is how I promote shows. It's the same way that I sell out magic shows in the real world. And yeah, I really hope that, here, I'm trying to switch cameras to my face. There we go. I really hope that this helps you and it helps you promote your shows, because people are just posting, hey, come to my show at this time, and as if someone is like going to put it in their calendar and type it in and make it happen, and they're not. And this allows you to automatically let it happen. And now if you put on another show in 2 more weeks, these people all subscribe to get notified about your shows. So you can email them next week and say, hey, I have another show. And now you're going to have twice as many people get notified about that show. And then you do more promotion. And then maybe instead of having a landing page for each show, maybe you just set up a landing page that says, hey, I put on this show that happens every Thursday. Sign up to get notified. And maybe that's where people sign up. You can experiment, you can play, but this is really, really, really going to help you get people to show up to your show. And of course, at your show, you can do things like get a PayPal link and say, at the end, if you like the show, leave a donation. You can send a donation. It means the world. And you can put a PayPal link. Or you can do gumroad.com, another example of a website you can use like PayPal for people to post donations, for you to make some money. Or you put on some free virtual shows and then you say, hey, I'm going to be doing a paid virtual show. And who wants to know about your paid virtual show? The people that signed up for your email list who care about your free virtual shows. And when you send out that email, instead of a Facebook post or an Instagram post where it's going to hit 3% or 5%, or if you're lucky, 8% of your audience, this email is going to reach everybody. And if they choose to open it and click on it, based on the exact words you put in the email and the relationship that you build with your audience. And in general, you want to make sure that you're not just sending buy this, buy this, buy this, because everyone's going to unsubscribe. You want to 70% of your emails should be here, and 30% of your emails should maybe be sales or events or things like that. So there you go. I hope that helped you. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you that watched, thank you for watching. I might splice this up into little bits just to make it a little bit more watchable, but thank you all for being here. Much love. And if you have any questions, please send me a message, and I'm happy to help. Whether it's about promoting your show or ConvertKit or anything in between, let me know. I'm here to help you solve your problems and make it happen. Thanks for being here. Much love. Peace.